Here's something that took me a long time to understand. The way wealthy people build wealth looks almost nothing like what most of us are taught to believe. We grow up thinking that rich people get rich by earning huge salaries, driving expensive cars, living in massive houses, and spending freely. But when researchers actually studied people with a net worth of $1 million or more, what they found was almost the complete opposite. Most of them lived in modest homes. Most of them drove ordinary cars. Most of them were not flashy at all. What set them apart had nothing to do with how much they earned and everything to do with what they did with what they earned. Today, we are breaking down exactly how the rich actually build wealth, the real principles behind it, backed by research and real examples. And I think at least one of these is going to genuinely surprise you. Principle 1. They pay themselves first. The first and fundamental principle that separates wealth builders from everyone else is this: they pay themselves first, before the bills, before the fun money, before anything else. A fixed percentage of their income goes directly into savings and investments the moment they receive it. Most people do the opposite. They pay their bills, spend what feels comfortable, and save whatever is left over at the end of the month. The problem is that for most people, nothing is left over. Life expands to fill the money available. There is always somewhere for that last bit of money to go. Paying yourself first flips the entire equation. You decide in advance what percentage of your income belongs to your future self, and that money moves automatically before you ever see it or have a chance to spend it. Even 10% is transformative. If you earn $4,000 a month and automatically transfer $400 into your investment account on payday, you will not miss it after the first couple of months. But over 20 years at a 10% return, that $400 a month becomes over $300,000. That is paying yourself first in action. The wealthy do not build wealth through discipline and willpower. They build it through automation. The system does the work, so they do not have to rely on motivation every month. Principle 2. They live below their means. This one sounds simple and obvious, but the gap between knowing it and actually doing it is where most people fall short, because our entire consumer culture is designed to make you spend everything you earn and then a little bit more. In the landmark study, The Millionaire Next Door, researchers Thomas Stanley and William Danko spent years studying actual millionaires across America. What they found was striking. The average millionaire in their study lived in a house worth about $320,000. Most drove American-made cars that were a few years old. Most had never spent more than $400 on a suit. They were, by all outward appearances, completely ordinary middle-class people. Meanwhile, the people in upscale neighborhoods driving luxury cars and wearing designer clothes were statistically more likely to have very little actual wealth. They were spending their income on looking wealthy instead of building it. Stanley and Danko called these people under-accumulators of wealth, people whose lifestyle consumed everything they earned and then some. The rule is straightforward. The wider the gap between what you earn and what you spend, the faster you build wealth. A person earning $60,000 a year and spending $45,000 is building wealth faster than a person earning $120,000 a year and spending $118,000. Income matters far less than the gap you create and protect.
Principle 3. They let compound interest do the heavy lifting. Albert Einstein allegedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he actually said it or not, the sentiment is completely correct. Compound interest is the mechanism through which ordinary savings become extraordinary wealth, but only if you give it enough time. Here is how it works in practice. You invest $10,000. It grows 10% in year 1, giving you $11,000. In year 2, that $11,000 grows 10%, giving you $12,100. You did not just earn another $1,000, you earned $1,100 because your previous gains are now earning gains of their own. This compounding effect starts slowly and then accelerates dramatically over time. Over 10 years, that $10,000 grows to roughly $26,000. Over 20 years, $67,000. Over 30 years, $174,000. Over 40 years, $452,000. The same $10,000, the same 10% return, the only variable is time. This is why starting early matters so enormously. Every year you delay, you are not just losing 1 year of growth, you are losing the compounding effect of everything that year would have generated for the next 30 years. The wealthy understand this deeply. They start early, they stay consistent, and they resist the urge to touch the money. They let time do what time does. If you are getting value from this, take 2 seconds right now and hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. It costs you nothing and it genuinely helps make sure more people find content like this. Now let's keep going. Principle 4. They own assets, not just income. This is perhaps the most important mindset shift on this entire list. Wealthy people do not just earn money, they own things that earn money for them. There is a fundamental difference between trading your time for income and owning assets that generate income whether you show up or not. Assets that build wealth include stocks and index funds, which pay dividends and grow in value over time. They include real estate that generates rental income. They include businesses that operate and produce profit. They include bonds that pay interest. The common thread is that these things work for you around the clock every day, whether you are awake or asleep, working or on vacation. A person who earns $80,000 a year from a salary and saves none of it will always need that salary. A person who earns $60,000 a year but owns $200,000 worth of index funds is already building a machine that will eventually replace the need for that salary entirely. The goal of wealth building is to gradually shift from earning income through labor to earning income through ownership. Every dollar you invest is buying a small piece of that future freedom. Warren Buffett earned his first dollar from a paper route at age 11 and immediately started buying assets. By the time he was a teenager, he owned farmland that he rented to a neighbor. He was not just earning money, he was buying things that would earn money for him forever. That mindset, applied consistently over decades, is what separates the wealthy from everyone else.
Principle 5. They avoid lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is one of the most silent wealth killers there is. It works like this. You get a raise. Instead of investing the extra income, you upgrade your apartment, get a nicer car, eat at better restaurants, take more expensive holidays. Your expenses rise to meet your new income, and you end up no better off than you were before, just with more expensive habits. This happens to almost everyone who does not consciously resist it. Research shows that most people's spending increases in direct proportion to their income increases, which means their savings rate stays flat no matter how much more they earn. They feel richer in their day-to-day life, but they are not actually building more wealth. The wealthy handle raises and windfalls differently. When their income goes up, they increase their investment contributions before they allow their lifestyle to adjust. They might allow themselves to enjoy a portion of the increase, but a meaningful chunk goes straight to work in their portfolio. This is how people who earn average salaries retire with significant wealth, while people who earn double and triple that amount retire with almost nothing. Principle 6. They use tax advantages aggressively. The tax code in most countries is filled with legal advantages designed specifically to encourage investing and long-term savings. Wealthy people understand these advantages and use every single one of them. Most people leave them completely untouched. In the United States, a Roth IRA allows your investments to grow completely tax-free. A 401k through your employer lets you invest pre-tax dollars, reducing your taxable income today. If your employer offers a 401k match, meaning they will contribute money on your behalf up to a certain percentage of your salary, not taking that match in full is the equivalent of turning down free money. It is one of the only guaranteed 100% returns available to anyone. Health savings accounts, or HSAs, are another tool that wealthy investors use heavily. If you are eligible, an HSA gives you a triple tax benefit. Contributions are tax-deductible, growth is tax-free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are tax-free. Used strategically, an HSA can function as a powerful supplemental retirement account. You do not need to be a tax expert to take advantage of these tools. You just need to know they exist and use them before you invest in anything else. Max out your tax-advantaged accounts first, then invest additional money in a regular brokerage account. That order alone could save you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Principle 7. They never stop learning. The final principle is one that rarely makes the highlight reels, but is woven through the story of virtually every person who has built significant wealth. They never stop learning about money. Warren Buffett has said he spends 5 to 6 hours every single day reading. Charlie Munger, his longtime business partner, was famous for his relentless self-education across dozens of different fields. The wealthiest people in the world treat knowledge as an investment that compounds just like capital does. The more you understand about how money works, how markets behave, how taxes function, and how businesses operate, the better every financial decision you make becomes. You do not need to spend 5 hours a day reading, but investing even 30 minutes a week in your financial education, reading a book, watching a thoughtful video, studying how a company or investment works will compound into a level of financial understanding that most people never reach. And that understanding is worth far more than any single stock tip or hot investment trend. Let's bring it all together. 7 principles that separate the people who build real wealth from everyone else. Principle 1, they pay themselves first, automatically, before spending a single dollar. Principle 2, they live below their means and protect the gap between income and spending. Principle 3, they harness compound interest by starting early and staying patient. Principle 4, they own assets that generate income rather than just trading time for money. Principle 5, they resist lifestyle inflation and invest every raise before upgrading their lifestyle. Principle 6, they use every legal tax advantage available to them, starting with their Roth IRA and 401k. Principle 7, they never stop learning and treat knowledge as a compounding asset. None of these principles require a high income or a lucky break. They require a decision to think about money differently than most people around you do. And if you're watching this video, you're already making that decision. I've put together a list of books and resources in the description below that go much deeper on everything covered today. If any of these principles sparked something for you, those resources are absolutely worth your time. If this video gave you a new way of looking at wealth, drop a comment and let me know which principle hit hardest for you. And if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, now's a great time. New videos every week, always practical, always free. Check out the next video because it will help you keep building a stronger financial foundation and avoid mistakes that could slow down your progress.